Thank you, baby.
Guess I'll shut the door.
Thank you.
Turn the battery on it doesn't work, so it has to stay plugged in, which means I'm going to have to hop off in a second. You're allowed to work tonight. Awesome.
Tell me when you're ready for me to send you the link to the Google Hangout.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and log off, unplug, and move.
Okay.
Back shortly.
Okay. Hey, Mariah, you there?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute because I'm reading.
No worries. Hey, I had a thing that I wanted to talk with you about real quick. Remember? No, God, you know what? There really is no way to bring up the whole, like, hey, I wanted to talk with you about something without it sounding like you're in trouble. I hate that too, trust me. But no, totally not in trouble. Do you remember when we were sort of concepting your character and you thought it'd be cool to do the nerdy research occult person? Well, it occurs to me that I haven't really given you many opportunities to play that way. However, there are opportunities now or very close to now within the game that I can basically, with a couple of strategic roles, I can give you a hint or two as to things that your character can do to help the party along. If you're okay with that. Now, I never want to play the game for you. I never want to forge your path, but I also can't just let you, flounder out there not knowing what your options are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was thinking about that too, actually. Because I have very little knowledge personally over stuff like that. So, I mean, like, I don't know. I guess my concern is not having the knowledge that my character should have.
Yeah, most players that I meet actually run into that exact problem. They'll give themselves like a 5 in computer, but they themselves, like if they were to translate their own skills in the game, they'd be a 2, maybe. So it's no big deal. As storyteller, that's where I'm here to help you. So what we're gonna do at some point, and I'll let you know when. I've actually got kind of an action-packed session planned for tonight. Yeah. But I'll let you know when, and you're just gonna make like an intuition roll, and that will like give you some clues, and then that might lead to an academics roll, a research roll, a science roll, this, that, and the other. So, yeah. So just wanted to give you that heads up. And as always, I am an open door. If you ever have any questions, just hit me. Yep. How was your New Year? Sorry. If you want to, you know what? Go ahead and finish and hit me up when you're done. I'm just here hanging out.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I was about to put these up there. I just made a big ass thing in my car.
Sweet.
Right, and then thank you to any ham cubes.
Delish.
I went to Gainesville. It's been something too, but I've never went there yet. I didn't get murdered, so there's that.
There you are.
Yeah. We actually didn't do anything at all. There's slightly disappointed in that fact, because I didn't realize I was the kind of person that's like, oh, it's just another guy with a calendar. I'm like, yeah, but that's an excuse to go do something and have fun.
Yeah, at the very least, like, there's that whole kissing tradition.
That was everywhere I go.
At least there's that. At least there's that.
We were sitting there working all day. Literally, we've been like 5 seasons. And I was like, oh, it's midnight. Yeah, I'm doing this.
I gotta say, like, there were a couple of girls that I went out with from OkCupid that, looking back, were totally giving me the let's do it signals, which I totally did not pick up on, because I was all like, oh, hey, let's, go on a few dates first. But they were like kind of ready from the get-go, which I don't mind. I just feel like no matter what your intentions are, I feel you should just be like open about them so that everybody's on the same page. And so, yeah, that was just kind of irritating that I missed out on what very well could have been really great sex with two kind of attractive women. So it does. No, actually, shit doesn't happen. Is the moral of that story. No, somebody. It's a completely different bodily function. I was backed up. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Oh man, that trombone is riding me hard today. Yeah. Well done, Jay. So a cat vomited on Dan's laptop, and it's okay. He has a backup machine. No, it's not okay, but like for the purposes of the game, which I am not trying to be like, oh, fuck Dan's machine, just as long as he can play. Trust me, that is his mindset. He's like, Dan will break into a Radio Shack right now if it means he can play. Nah, he's slick. I don't know how street Dan is. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. You guys are doing that.
Yeah, earlier today. This sole purpose on a brand new server.
So, guys, just wanted to reiterate. Let's you can save the Audacity files before. I'm not Kendra. I swear that's not meant as a dig. Yeah. No. So yeah, let's save the Audacity files. However, Dan is working with a slightly more beefed up system than last time. So for backup purposes, I am gonna try the Google Hangouts thing one more time. That's just for me personally, it's super convenient to have one master thing that gets all of our voices at once. So,
right.
Yeah.
So, just as a heads up, I did a fresh reset of my computer. Just reset it all back to Windows 10, like factory standard, and that includes.
Wow, you were really worried about that Rachni porn, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've got the rare earth magnet next to my computer now. No, it's new Skype, and I'm noticing now that new Skype doesn't have the option to tell Skype not to automatically adjust your volume.
Am I loud? I'm sorry.
No. This is for my computer.
Okay.
The recording volume. And that's not changing it in Skype. That's changing it like for my whole computer, which includes Audacity and everything. So I'm gonna take a minute here and try to fix that. But just as a heads up, my volume might be a little crazy.
Hey man, as long as I've got the thing, I can play with it on audition, and that includes the de-esser and the noise reduction process. So
Yeah.
no worries.
I just don't wanna, but
I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to go over. Okay, you know what? Dan and I have kind of discussed this topic to death, so I don't think there's a good reason why we can't go into the recap now. So why don't you guys tell me what you remember, and I will fill in any blanks from my notes.
Not a karaoke moment. Pretty awesome. I don't know, I still don't know the characters that were with, so just as lost as my character.
I'm actually kind of curious as to what Cherry believes is going on, because from her perspective, yeah, she hasn't been with these folks like as long as they've all been with each other. So
She hasn't been with these guys at all.
yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry.
Yeah. I kind of think she's looking at this one group as a means to an end kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're willing to help with what she's trying to figure out is going on. And if she can help them in the process, so be it. But right now, she's just trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is up with this friend? These guys seem to know stuff. They got people that can help. Kind of stuff.
Mm.
I feel like you're expecting more information.
No.
You are expecting the brief information, which is another reason I really didn't want to say that full session, or not really full, but like I want you to do that for this because I think this is where all the shit's gonna start coming out of the woodwork. It's gonna give you the background info on it.
Well, some. I actually thought I actually had this idea that we do a session where it's basically for a portion of the session, Roy catches Cherry up on events from his perspective, or perhaps one story from their past. Becky could catch her up on another, and Vandal still another. Like, for instance, what if Roy told her about the thing with the jury and the goblins? Becky could tell her the thing with the vampires, and
it seems like people are not doing a whole lot for half the time then.
It just
just yeah, exposition dump is
okay, but there has to be an exposition dump at some point, and if you guys don't talk about it from your perspective, then it's basically just me, which I don't mind talking for a long period of time.
Wait for all of us to explain to her because Vandal's got a shit ton of explaining to do. So basically, he's going to be filling in the pre us, and then I just feel like instead of it being like, okay, Roy's turn, and then Dan and I sit here for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Not so much about that.
Okay. It was an idea. No big deal.
Damn.
don't feel bad.
Thank you, Jay. Shut up. It's evolved. It's no longer a dick. It's because you're being a bitch.
Yesterday, and I was just like, oh, son of a bitch. And I didn't realize about kids running around me. And like Heather just typed in the chat, she's like, David really wants to know what a batch is now. But I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like,
I bet Heather covered with some clever cookie story. Like a batch of
I don't know. I was listening to this.
know what I love? Watching Kendra kill helpless animals for hours on end.
I think it was like 2 hours because it's fucking Elgato. I don't know. I still don't know what's going on. I need to troubleshoot.
No, you were in there for like 5-6 hours before the shit started hitting the fan, from my memory.
I don't know. Like we went for like hours and it was fine, and then like every 45 minutes to an hour after that, I feel like it's crap out. I just got tired of trying to reboot it. So
What it-
ended up being a really good, spontaneous plan to use. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I was gonna.
Is
That was
Elgato
really fun.
the system through which you stream from the capture device? Okay.
So, like I run like this, like a little, there's like a little black box that feeds into my monitor, and like my monitor wouldn't drop. Like that was the weird part. Like my monitor would still have it, so like something was still coming through, but like the feed to the computer would go down. It's going down. Do some research and see if that's like a software update or because it wasn't like a overheating, like it's been on too long thing. Pretty sure.
I don't think overheating is a thing in Wisconsin in the winter.
I mean, I'm inside. I'm not streaming out in the 30 degrees.
Well, maybe if you were, you wouldn't be dropping the thing all the time.
Yeah, that's got to be our hook, right?
Oh yeah, it's less of a stream and more of a solid block. Oh god,
It's just James.
frigid bitch.
I can't believe it's maybe not going to be like, oh, it's touching this round. I should play on that way more than I have been. It's the deal.
So good.
The peppermint tea, or
Yeah, I brewed like 2 bags of it for the normal amount, and it's strong. It's pepperminty.
yeah, you've always liked peppermint as a flavor.
My while my mom was pregnant with me, her main craving that she would have all the time was specifically Breyer's mint chocolate chip ice cream. And I don't know if science actually backs it up, but for whatever reason, I have just craved mint like my whole life.
Shit, dog, you never had a chance.
Or was your mint craving so strong that even from the womb you affected her behavior?
Oh man, that is literally some chicken and egg shit. That is wrinkling my brain.
Just the boy of mint.
Those wedding receptions we got grasshoppers that London.
It's true. That was my almond and ramen movie.
You just had mint. I have a mint persuasion.
I have mint kinesis.
Watch out, patrons of Olive Garden.
I mean, just in general.
Yeah. Out of their mouths. Are you kidding?
Yeah, you just gesture at it, they all float. Pull them all together like armor.
I'm now picturing some crazy Olive Garden Pennywise chef saying we all float down here. Dan will be back, guys. Don't worry.
No, I'm trying to.
No, it's cool. Okay, so are we gonna just sort of freeform launch into the and here's our sorted past thing, or how do you guys want? Where? All right, yeah. Oh yeah, literally. Actually. All right. He can explain himself. No, I will probably have to do a good deal of the explaining. As effed up as I am, as effed up as Travis is, and it is effed. We're gonna try. Just because, as I said, it's really useful for me to have one master file of everybody speaking. on top of the separate clips from Audacity. But the thing that has prevented us in the past is Dan's either his hardware or his internet connection. I don't know that we ever really figured out which one it was.
It says hardware.
Okay.
It's running through a web app of Google Chrome, and Google Chrome is a multi-threaded browser. It's just doing too much. Sorry.
Right.
It wants to do unnecessary shit.
Jay, it's
No, yours was already.
it's not. Yeah, I appreciate the unnecessary explanation. Okay, so my point is he's running on a more robust machine tonight, so we're gonna see if it can handle it this time. We're gonna see if it's ready for this jelly.
What if it's not ready for this jelly?
Then yeah noise.
I don't know why every time it's that stupid. Like, you know what the difference is between jam and jelly?
Actually,
You guys have to find that.
I actually haven't.
Seriously? Right? Well, the difference between jam and jelly is that you can't jelly it back up your ass.
Wow. I mean,
I'm fan raging. He's not using caps, it can't be that angry. I think I'm back. There's something wrong. That is beyond words. It's literally like forever and he's just can't handle it.
hey Dan, what's going on, buddy?
No.
Oh, he.
I just like that's like I think you of all of us are like the absolute most excited to play into that. I'm sorry, man.
Okay. It's not a big deal. I'm sure Dan just says he's going to be late. He can figure it out.
I just was tired of the chat and she was like a 640 mess. I was like,
We'll figure it out. It won't take too terribly long.
I'm reading D&D memes on Imager and it's absolutely wonderful. You know what? Fine. We'll have to find out which crickets are horny and which crickets are scared. That's the conversation that happened in some campaign. That's amazing. Yeah, it is amazing. I literally had no words. I brought you so much context.
Is that?
I don't even need it. It's amazing just how it's happened. Oh my god. That's the ratio. No. Right? Like a 75% horny cricket population.
I feel like cricket sex has got to be the most discouraging of all, because like no matter how well you think you're doing, it's still that sound.
I just immediately went to the base having sex in the wow and family going, oh my god. We during actually came back in November, we were on like a dinner break, just kind of gathered in the kitchen. I don't even remember how the topic got started or how we got there, but we basically all were doing our best Mickey Mouse impressions as if we were writing a suicide note. Like it was
Oh my god!
So we come back and I was like, wow, you guys, that's special. Yeah.
Come out with a new movie, try to delight children of all ages, and then everybody's talking about how it's racist or sexist, and I can't take it anymore. You tried, and everybody shits all over your work. It's over.
Yeah, terrible people. Scott also sense of humor. Is killing Buck Purpose ironic, or is it giving them what they want?
Yeah, we've actually kind of been we've actually been kind of torturing ourselves over that little brain teaser because Dan and I, like in the other campaign, like we were up against these nihilist wizards whose goal is literally to destroy the universe. So our whole thing every time we encounter them is just like, you could just start with yourselves and
Right? If I put leather armor into the fountain of healing, will it turn back into a cow?
Jesus.
Let's find it out. Call from a party fisherman interrogating a prisoner. You ever got a fish? They don't scream. You're not a fish. Oh my god.
Did Jamie ever tell you guys about in Brad's campaign he got this sentient full body armor? But the thing what like he well it was really cool armor with really great stats, but as is so often the case in D&D, there's got to be at least one drawback. And the thing about being sentient is it has its own agenda, and this one's agenda was to destroy all plant life that it encountered.
And I was playing an orc who had gotten, or half orc who had gotten an extra pair of arms on, and had like completely changed him out into this Hulk warrior. So it was plants show up or a plant creature or something, and like God help anybody who got in his way. Just ripped him in half. One of the things. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need to find a city whose economic system is not based on sexual favors.
I built a water.
The door too. It just doesn't know it's a door yet. From the side of the party before punching down his third wall of the session.
I built our world's first water park in our campaign. Basically, like the tourism of the city revolved around it. And then some asshole sabotaged it. And then the campaign ended because Brad was out of ideas. That still, I mean, I love Brad, but to this day, that I just like.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm gonna read the script real quick.
Okay.
We are the People's Liberation Army and Strategic Team for Emergency Response and Extreme Diplomacy. FASTED for short.
I knew that was going to be a weird acronym. Yeah.
The first time my friend filled out his own character sheet, he put his alignment as straight. Alright, guys.
Yeah.
Normally, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I am. In like 40 minutes. That's pretty damn impressive. I feel like I'm method acting right now because I'm saying so much like unreleasable.
No, this is I don't want to tell you that this is a really good thing because it might make you happy, and I want you to hang on to your rage because for the game. But wouldn't it be so great if your cat just sort of instinctively knew that this would help you?
I get that. It's just thank God for the fact that I have more than one crappy computer.
because I was able to, just the fact I was able to figure out how to fix the best that was damaged computer that I had, just in time for some unforeseen disaster to befall the one that I had been using. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Whatever. So, that can happen. Yeah, somehow the capture phone computer. Wow. Yeah. That was actually like the cat, and I was cutting him and watching, so I wasn't down good. It's just taking it out on me. Right. October of 2020.
Okay, so guys, I've just put the link to the Google Hangout in the Skype chat, so let's all get off this call and try to join me there. If it doesn't work, no big deal. We'll get right back in the Skype chat and fire up Audacity.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
One sec while I adjust.
Okay. Down all the years, down all the days.
I do like that song. Did you guys see the Cranberries lead singer died today?
I was very sad about that.
Yeah, she's 46 years
Yeah.
old.
I was pretty amazed by that, yeah. Nothing gold can stay.
There's definitely a part of me that wants to try to make a Cranberries joke, but I don't know.
Man, there's too many. Like, you know, I mean, she couldn't let it linger was the most obvious one. And
Okay.
let's hope she doesn't come back as a zombie. Zombie is the next one. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's.
I didn't actually make any jokes. I don't know the Cranberries well enough.
Well, those are the two songs you'd know by them.
Okay. What?
Okay, so you guys are coming in loud and clear on my end.
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, man, you sound great.
Yeah,
Oh, this is good. Actually, yeah. Dan, I hate to say this, man, but I don't know. Go to some random Wikipedia article and just start reading, because we will know pretty quickly if there's going to be an audio issue on your end.
What?
Okay. This
Today's
League
featured
is
article
a
is the Illinois
2017 American superhero film based on the DC comic superhero team of the same name, distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, the fifth installment in the DC Extended Universe. The film is directed by Zack Snyder with a screenplay by Chris Terrio and Joss Whedon, from the story by Terrio and Snyder. It features an ensemble cast that involves a whole bunch of people that really wish they hadn't.
I think, you know, I could be wrong, but I think Dan is editing this on the fly.
I think you're wrong.
Okay.
That's pretty much what the Wikipedia article reads. And many regrets were had.
Yeah.
Most
I just
notably
can't
Henry
help
Cavill's
it.
upper lip.
Can you imagine if, like, the Warner Brothers execs were just so over it that they didn't even bother, like, enforcing the edits on the Wikipedia articles? You know what? Just say whatever you want about it. We deserve it.
I just can't help but picture Ben Affleck's face during that interview.
Oh my god, when he just
With,
zones out while Cavill's
Mhm.
talking and he's just like, I'm dying inside. Like,
He's like,
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I was a little worried about Ben Affleck's mental health status for a little while after those movies. Like,
it's like,
Oh, and the picture of him like smoking
made-
a cigarette out behind a building, and
I
he's just
made
like,
Argo.
"Ugh."
I made Argo. I made Gone Girl.
I made the town. Ugh. What am I
Fucking-
doing here?
Fucking, I did Dogma. which not commercially successful, but you know, I felt pretty good about it.
Okay, delay again, but now I have to hit the can. So hopefully
Oh my
that will be the last of all of my family members' bodily functions for the
Where?
evening.
This entire coterie is just like, oh, my computer, oh, my butt. You know, it's
Wait, did he say he had to pee? Because why is that your butt? I'm really confused now.
no. He just said the can, which was ambiguous. And I
Fair
can
enough.
only assume, whatever. Actually, I'm a little concerned that Mariah is. Oh right. Fuck, did she have issues with this before? But we managed to.
Yeah, because she's typing on Skype already.
Yeah. There was a stuff is installed, but it won't verify. Please tell me that is an easy fix for this problem.
Okay, back.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I just sit down, click on Skype. Uh-oh. You know, can that just be like the secondary title for our chronicle? Uh-oh. Kind of like how the movie Birdman with Michael Keaton, how it had that secondary title.
Did it?
Right.
Yeah, it was really long and weird and immemorable, but it did have one of those, like,
Google.
AKA, you know.
Okay.
The unexpected virtue of ignorance. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Jamie, is there? I hate to ask. Is there any way you can help out Mariah? Like, I know we had kind of an issue before with
Sure.
her.
What's up?
If you go to the Skype chat, she is saying that I guess Google Hangouts is telling her to install stuff. She says stuff is installed, but it won't verify. God, I remember you had to like take control of her computer last time. And guys, I'm not so stuck on this that, you know, I'm gonna like spend the whole, like, if we can't get this worked out within the next few minutes, it's no big deal. We'll just do Skype and.
You're good. I'm watching Techno Viking.
Oh, that's such a good video.
It's reposted on Imager with the caption, "The streets of Minnesota today," because they got back up into the 30s after like, a stretch of ridiculous, and it's just perfect.
That was an amazing play. That was a beautiful play. Like, as someone who doesn't even like follow football at all, like, I can still appreciate.
What?
Well, it wouldn't have happened if that one guy hadn't just made a complete ass out of himself with that tackle. I mean, he just
come on,
threw
man!
himself.
It was like 3 seconds left on the clock. He's like, "I'm gonna be the hero, bro." I mean, like, you'd have done the same thing. I would have done the same
I
thing.
just really appreciate how many people suddenly give a shit about the Vikings today. I'm like, oh, really? Since when? Like, none of y'all have ever mentioned them before. Now people have got their shit turned purple, and I'm like, get out of here.
It's the same thing with the Jaguars, and there's nothing wrong with, like, come on, it's not going to be another Patriots-Steelers game, at least. It's exciting.
The people who are like jumping on the Jag bandwagon are very obvious. Like, you know what? You're right. I haven't been there. This is cool. They've been a shitty team. No one knows what's happening, but let's do this. Like, it's not like, oh man,
just
the
like
Vikings.
Steelers fans.
Yeah.
You gotta stick with your team, even if they're a shitty team, says the Browns fan.
Hey,
I feel like you have the most
Damn right.
platform to speak on in that regard.
The fact that I at least lament the Jaguars every year at least shows that I care.
No, and you were watching the game before they'd won. And that's kind of what I mean. Like, there are people who were excited about the Vikings game before it became an awesome like, woo, did everybody see that moment? And then after the game, suddenly I'm seeing all these people that care. And I just find that funny.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying I didn't watch the Vikings game. I had other shit going on. Just that was just a really beautiful play, though. I will say that. Did you see the meme where it was like how that guy missed that tackle? Finally explained. And
No.
basically, they take a freeze frame of him like doing the flying leap and missing, and they
Just no arms out, just shoulder.
yeah, they Photoshop the ghost of Prince like stonewalling between the running back and the guy.
Why Prince?
Because he's from Minnesota. He's got all these lyrics about Lake Minnetonka, fucking a rainbow bridge, and dude, like between him and fucking Led Zeppelin, like they are the most representative of like Viking and Minnesota culture, man.
Oh shit!
I know it's an odd pairing, but oh my god,
Prince. Wow. See, now I'm just imagining
Can you
him
imagine
like
Prince doing guest vocals on a Led Zeppelin song?
Well,
In my
I'm
dreams.
imagining like a Viking longboat, full of like swarthy, war-painted Vikings, and then Prince at the prow with his like weird name himself-shaped guitar, just like purple frills and everything.
Did you know that Prince had a video game?
What?
What? I'm
Yep.
I didn't know. I'm
and
not
I owned
shocked
it.
based. What?
Yep. I mean, game is, it's a loose term.
I just tried to Google that, and Google's trying really hard to be like, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the video game? And I'm like, no, Google. You know what I want.
Yeah.
I want Prince Interactive.
I believe it's Prince the
1994.
Experience.
Of
Hang on.
course, it's called The Experience.
Is it the 94 CD? Because Google has it as Prince Interactive. Is that the same thing, or do I need to dig deeper here?
Active.
Because that would be fucking hilarious to stream.
Nope, that is it. Prince Interactive.
Are you guys familiar with the An Evening with Kevin Smith section where he talks about how he worked briefly with Prince on a documentary about his new album? And during that time, he spoke with one of Prince's like right hands, and she was telling him like, "Oh yeah, that I was the producer on a bunch of songs and music videos that you've never seen." He's like, "What?" Well, Prince has a vault where he keeps like dozens of fully produced music videos that have never been released and may never see the light of day.
Wow.
And Kevin Smith, like everybody else, is like, what? So if the bombs go up, like we'll have entertainment in the apocalypse?
Hey, I just saw The Martian. Don't underestimate.
Yeah, Kendra, this game is incredible in a way. And you know how there's lots of bad games where like, this kind of started okay and then it went off the rails.
Mhm.
There is no part of this game that makes any human sense.
So we just start off the rails.
Brian,
Yes, exactly. It's like you're exploring like something between a mansion and an alternate dimension that just came out of Prince's brain. Oh, it's
That
incredible.
about fits, yes. What's up, Dan?
hide your tokens. On the Google Hangouts on the right-hand side, like all the tokens there, just change that to a different thing.
You mean take the player thing off and okay.
Yeah, just change it to like journal or music or something, because the token names have spoilers in them.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking thank you. Sorry. I get what you're saying.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at that.
I was. Fuck.
It's like, this campaign is ruined. Cat, come back here and vomit all of this keyboard. None of it matters anymore.
I'm about to throw up on this one.
Just like this campaign that you love so much that you just ruined for yourself, and just in your distress, you just like.
All right, we're all in. We're all in, guys.
Yay.
Everybody would real quick fire up your various recording programs.
Okay, let me just close. Okay.
Oh, yeah, let me restart. Go. recording.
I'm getting there.
No worries.
Okay,
Take your time.
and mine is also recording.
Yeah,
Recorded that little burp there.
right. Record that, bitch.
So Hangouts also automatically adjusts your microphone volume, but there's apparently a way to fix that in the registry, but I'm not going to edit my registry right now while
Yeah,
we're
no.
doing that. But just so you guys are aware,
No
because
worries.
it's probably happening for you too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We still need to have like our separate Roll20s up, right?
Mariah's sounded a little rough
Hold
to
on.
me.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was pretty staticky.
well,
Yep,
Is
little
it static or
staticky.
just like, I don't know, it's like robot voice.
It's the same thing Dan was having. She's dropping part of her audio stream as it's coming in.
or I'm a robot. You guys
You
totally
have
discounted
robot
that
ears.
fact. Like that possibility didn't appeal
Yes.
to you, I guess.
I mean,
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's rough.
yeah, it's the exact same thing Dan was having when we tried this before.
You know what? We tried. It's not a big deal. We have a system. We'll just use Audacity. No big deal.
So ditch Hangouts and go to Skype.
That's what we're gonna do, my friend.
No, I can help with this.
Okey-doke.